Yeah, so then the idea was that I was telling them so they could give it to maybe another
someone else.
Yeah, but they said no. Since you've turned it down, we're gonna give it to another country.
What?
Yeah, but then at that point, my mind was already.
You wanted to come to Europe.
So whatever they were deciding.
I was
really, you wanted to say, I'm not coming.
I'm not coming. Yeah.
But Wanoni people, please, you're speaking English. I don't. Je ne sais pas. They go to another. It's really weird.
But you can't condemn someone for not knowing. You got the next one.
I think you're.
Allow me to introduce my friends. Ladies first, of course. Meet Brenda. Brenda, introduce yourself. Brenda has been here before, but that was, in another context. Today is in another context.
Exactly.
So introduce yourself.
Yeah, I'm Brenda. I'm from Belgium. I'm Ugandan, but I live in Belgium.
Thanks for coming, Brenda.
Thank you.
And
I'm Joel. I stay here. I'm a resident of Belgium. I'm happy to be on the Hakuna Matata show.
Yes, I'm Albert Nkwasa, born and raised in Uganda, currently living in Belgium, Brussels specifically, and Cynthia, thank you for having me here, and excited to share.
so tell us your first experience in Belgium. How was it like?
It is wrong to say like my experience in Belgium because I've been to Europe just because I've been to the other country. So I think I'll broaden it a little bit. My first experience was in Sweden.
Okay.
When I came from Uganda to Sweden, everything was normal. In Sweden they have their system, so I got to adapt to their system.
Their culture, basically.
Yeah, their culture. I had no life in Sweden. I had no life whatsoever. If I don't work,
you don't have anything.
I don't earn.
So tell us, for you, how was it for you in Belgium? What expressions did you have? How did you find it? Is it what you expected, or like how was your beginning in Belgium like?
For me, my experience is it's weird because before I actually came to Belgium, I was supposed to go to South Korea.
Wow.
Yeah, so I sort of like applied for like my scholarship, my master's funding scholarship. Then I got both South Korea and Belgium, but then I got South Korea first.
Okay.
So I was processing my documents. Then Belgium called me just like a week before I was traveling to South Korea.
Really? Had you bought a ticket?
Everything was done, like with the Korean embassy. Everything was done. I was ready to go to South Korea to do my masters. Then Belgium called me like the University of KU Leuven called me just a week to my flight to Korea. They were like, oh, but congratulations, we're giving you scholarship, everything. Then I was like, of course, it's Europe. I was like,
it's Europe.
Yeah.
Which is like Korea.
So I called the embassy. I remember I called the embassy of Korea because to cancel them, they cancelled it. They had processed everything.
Oh my God.
And they were a bit disappointed in me and that opportunity because they had given it to Uganda because I was a Ugandan. We were 2 Ugandans.
Only 2?
Yeah, so then the idea was that I was telling them so they could give it to maybe another
someone else.
Yeah, but they said no. Since you've turned it down, we're gonna give it to another country. Whoa. Yeah, but then at that point, my mind was already.
You wanted to come to Europe.
So whatever they were deciding.
I was
really. You wanted to say, I'm not coming.
I'm not coming. Yes. But then I came to Belgium a bit blank, like.
I didn't get information about Belgium.
Because all the documents they were sending me were in English, so I didn't even know the language spoken. Everything was being said in English. So I didn't even bother. I think it was a problem on my side. I didn't bother to really check about Belgium. I was just excited to come to Europe, you know. So when I landed at the airport, I was like, what is he speaking? What is this?
Oh, that was for you.
Yeah, it was a bit strange. They told me, it's
Dutch.
Dutch. What is Dutch? You know? So it was a bit of an experience. But I was lucky, like the master program was in English. So.
Yes, of course. But the good thing is, in Belgium, almost, I think I can say 70% of people in the street can speak English.
Yes,
so
absolutely.
that makes it easy. In the shop, when you enter a shop, a supermarket, 70% I said, Brenda. I feel like you're always like,
That's if you find people who are
that's what
really...
I'm saying. 70%, at least in every shop in Belgium, there will be someone speaking. Not perfect English, but you can have a communication.
Yeah.
That is if they are willing to speak their English.
But I find them that most of them want to even speak English.
Because you've been in the places
Where
where
they
they
want
want,
to-
they tend to want. But if at all you've been to the Wallonie places,
Yeah, with the
they
French
don't
side.
want to know. And you
But it's because they don't know.
That's true.
I
That's
The
true.
French
really
speaking
don't
people
know.
don't really
That's
speak
true,
other
that's true.
But
languages.
even the young kids, I find that to be
Yes.
odd.
Yes.
That's true.
But for you, it was really a shock. Coming
Yeah,
from
it was
not knowing.
more. Yeah, it was more culture shock. But then it was also much. I would say it was not very hard or anything because there were colleagues that were. So my master program that I came for was 2 years. So when I was coming for the first year, there were colleagues who were in the second year.
Okay, so they
And
could help
I had
you.
studied with one of the colleagues during
Ah.
my time at Macquarie University.
Okay.
So yeah, they really took me under the wing and showed me like what to do, where to go, what to get,
Yeah.
where to get a line.
So it
what to
helped you like
settle in
easily
easily and everything. Yeah.
easily. Oh, that's
So
great.
yeah, my settling in was not very challenging.
But
for sure.
honestly speaking, I'm trying to remember when I came. But I knew when I was sitting out in Belgium, it was Dutch speaking. Yeah, I knew
Yeah,
that.
yeah.
Did you know?
No, by the way,
I see.
when I was coming, I
Exactly.
knew Belgium as Brussels. I used to hear Brussels. I knew nothing about Belgium as a country. But I feel Belgium is a small country.
So.
She
And
never
it's
said
a
about
bit
anything like
confused, I would say, like a country which
No, no.
speaks three. Yeah, I still say this. It's a confused country. I say it boldly even.
By the way, if you share what she means by confused in Belgium, it's as small as it is, as tiny as it is. In Belgium, we have 3 official languages, and that is French, Dutch, and German.
Yeah. I find
And we
it
also
odd.
have like 5 parliaments. We have like 5 regions. Each region has its own parliament. It's small, but not complicated, but very beautiful and very stable. You don't feel that. And you're not in
Yeah,
politics.
it's
There's
really
one thing about
beautiful.
Belgium.
Very
When you're
safe.
not in politics or you're not involved in those things, you don't get to know. You don't feel that.
Yeah.
You
Yeah,
know?
but,
About how did you find the Belgians and Belgium in general? After you've settled in, you've known Belgium. They speak Dutch and other languages, and like. What else? Like, how was your experience about the life, the culture, and everything?
It's been good.
Okay,
Yeah,
that's good.
It's
That is good.
and I think it's also more or less what maybe the field of working involved in,
Yeah.
what you're actually doing and how you take yourself. So for me, I would not lie to you that it's been extremely challenging. It's just been different culture-wise, culture shock as compared to to Uganda.
Yeah.
In terms of in Uganda we thrive in chaos. Here people thrive in a system. We thrive in things getting done fast. Here it's very bureaucratic. You have to follow the correct procedure. If something is going to take a month, it's going to take a month. In Uganda, it's something that is supposed to take a month, and
yeah. To take months.
you can work quick it and pay somebody, and it's done
In a
in a
day, in a
day.
day. But yeah, if they tell it in a month,
It's a month. A month
it's
is
in
a
a
month.
month.
Yeah.
there's no.
There's no shortcuts. Yeah.
So that's-
Yeah, such.
So you were coming here, you had in mind, like, okay, I'm going to Belgium as a student. Did you have certain expectations, or how did you find life like for students compared to what you expected? How was that like?
I think it depends on how you are a student. If you're on a scholarship, then you have funding,
Yeah.
meaning that you have funding for your rent, you have funding for your food, you're funding for your drinks, you're funding
In
for
short,
your
you don't
travels.
have to worry about the money.
You don't exactly. So it's
What a
different.
luxury.
Yeah. Yes. And also it also now just know the scholarship also depends on the type of scholarship that you have.
Yes.
Yeah, because if you can have a scholarship that just gives you the bare minimum,
Yeah.
whereby they just pay your rent and your food and that's it.
That's it.
But then you can have a luxurious scholarship from the government of Belgium, which
That pays
even
extra.
pays you money. You can even travel and
Wow.
enjoy the world.
Wow.
So and also you can have you can be a student whereby you're funding yourself.
Yeah, of course, we talked about that as well. Private
Yes,
sponsorship.
very sponsorship. So yeah, I was lucky that I was on a luxurious scholarship when I came
that's
for my
great.
masters.
That's nice.
So we were partying as students.
I
We
know.
were
You had nothing
traveling.
to worry
I had
about.
nothing to absolutely.
But it's
worry
nice
about.
if everyone, you guys, I always tell you, now this is for you guys back home, we talked about scholarships and trying this and that. You keep trying. If you get a scholarship, a fully funded scholarship, it can be great, it can be nice, you can
Yes.
have a good life, you can stand.
You can
but
have a
then
scholarship, but you need to know.
you need to know what.
You need to really. You see, what the problem we have with Uganda is we read, but we don't go into details.
We talked about that as well. So, we talked about details, read about things, get to know, be informed. But these things are there. You guys, there are scholarships up there. You can come here as a student. What most importantly, you have to study. And you know, here it's self-discipline. No one will tell you to go in the class.
Yeah, for
Well,
sure.
you have to know what brought you here. Much as you have money to party and stuff like that, but you have to know why you're here. But I mean, it's nice to like talk to someone who's still in that life, and you can like say, "Hey, it's a good life. I've had a good life here as a student, partying, having,
For me,
not having to worry
okay.
about anything."
For me, it was absolutely like, I feel like, yeah, as a student, I was earning much more than Ugandans and still getting an education, you know?
Yeah.
You're earning much more than an average Ugandan and you're still getting an education for free. So it's like a win-win from all aspects when I was doing my masters.
Yeah, you have the exposure,
Yeah,
then you're
exposure.
studying, then I
Yeah.
mean, it can't get better than that.
And for me, I came with the mindset of whereby I knew that I was just going to do my 2 years masters and go back to Uganda because...
And
Yeah,
when did you change your mind to stay and do your PhD?
Yeah,
And in Belgium, you know, you could have done it anywhere else.
yeah, for sure. No, when I was finalizing my masters,
Yeah.
my then supervisor for my research at master level approached me and told me, would you be interested in a PhD? There's funding within the EU, you know, we could fix you somewhere, we could give you...
You know how people struggle to get the PhD
Absolutely.
scholarship?
But then, let me tell you something interesting. I did not say yes.
Really?
I told her, give me 6 months.
No.
I'm going to Uganda.
Yeah.
I'll give you an answer after 6 months.
Really?
Honestly.
So you went to Uganda after 6 months?
I went to Uganda after my master's for 6 months. Came back to do a picture for 6
But
months.
and this brings me back to what Joel said. No, Kwezula. You have to know what you want.
Yes, because at that time...
No, but honestly speaking, if you didn't know what you need to say, let's go. And then you reach that, this is not what I want.
Exactly.
But you had time, you said, no, let me go think about it. And I come, but wow.
I told her,
But Cindy,
I can give you an answer in 6 months.
To cut Albert short, no kwezula. It also has a time limit.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because osobola okwezula ng'ogamba nti let me say after 10 years nze bwe ngenda okwezuula.
Tasobola okusalawo
No, yeah.
Let me tell you, Joel. You can't send your mutayinza okusalawo okwezuula. There are people abezuula too late, but it's not that baba tebaagala.
Yeah.
Baba tebannaba kwezuula.
Yeah.
Because bwewezuula earlier, it makes life easier. It makes it easy to make certain decisions. Actually, not certain decisions, but it makes it easy to make, you make conscious decisions.
Yeah.
Because sometimes you make decisions without even thinking, because you're in the moment, because you don't even know what you want.
Should I say like we have over 3 different kinds of categories of people? Abantu abezuula, abantu abalina okupushingibwa, n'abantu nga ye nibo namupushinga tejja kuvaayo.
But me, I need to be pushed. I'm one of those people who have to be pushed.
And it's okay to know yourself.
Yeah, I know myself. I need to be pushed about something. By
Yeah.
Cindy,
it's because we're not all interested in change. But if you're interested in something,
And
no
you
one
want-
needs to
And you
push
want it badly.
Yeah.
What's that there? The way I know, but you need pushing in the area where you're interested in you. But if you're interested in something, trust me.
You
Yeah.
push yourself.
but you know, but
Anyway, the same way you mean, I always tell people in and outside my work that it's always nice to do something that you enjoy doing, no matter what, whatever it is. It should be something you enjoy doing.
I partly disagree with you.
Why?
I think when you say enjoying what you're doing, we sort of forget the luxury of saying that. You once you do something that you enjoy doing, you have to keep in mind that it's actually a blessing to be able to do something that you're enjoying and you're actually earning from it. That is something we should always keep in mind. Because there's so many people who are, for example, like, on the streets digging or doing stuff. No, it's not that they enjoy it, but they just have to put food on the table. So we have to keep that in mind, that we're blessed. Or if you have to be blessed to actually do something that you enjoy to be doing and also earn from it.
experience.
Brenda, you didn't tell us your experience. What is your experience? What expectations did you have? What did you know about Belgium? How your beginning and where you are now compared to in the beginning, what you expected?
So me, when I was coming to Belgium, I didn't even know Belgium. I
You knew
first
Brussels.
I knew Brussels as I thought it was a country, Brussels. But I was first in other European countries. I was in Italy, I was in France, I was also in Sweden partly. But then I came.
And was it welcoming?
Yeah, in the beginning.
But sorry to interrupt you, but then what were you doing in those times? Were you visiting as a tourist?
I was a tourist at that time.
Okay,
Yeah,
okay.
yeah. So when I happened to be in Belgium, I found it to be welcoming. I was in the Wallonie side, the French-speaking side. It was welcoming, but people had a problem with the language.
Of course.
So you were in public transport, and people. I found it weird. People don't speak English in those public transport.
Yeah.
But then in the difference between other countries, in France or Italy, people would try to show you they are trying.
They speak
But
very
in
well
Wallonie, they're like, please, if I don't speak French, keep quiet. Let's go to the next person. Seriously, that's the experience. That's the feeling I got.
Wow, that's what welcoming. So
Try?
your beginning wasn't that welcoming.
Wallonie.
Yeah.
Wallonie.
So then I
And when you
shifted
came to
then I shifted to
verandas.
the verandas, and then I went to Leuven, and it was people were a bit open-minded because they were Leuven is
But Leuven is a student city. So when you live in a student city,
but even where I was,
English.
Louvain-la-Neuve is a student city, but they are blocked totally and also.
But it's full of local students.
What do you mean by blocked?
They are not really open-minded
Open-minded.
talking to you. You stop someone to ask them, okay, which street
But
am I
they don't
supposed
know the
to take?
language.
Yeah, but I find that when someone is open-minded or welcoming, you will see they're trying to tell you, oh yeah, you know, like this. But Wallonie people, please, you're speaking English. I don't. Je ne sais pas. They go to another. It's really weird.
But you can't condemn someone for not knowing. You got
Yeah.
to make sense. So Brenda, compared to where you were and where you are now, what would you say about Belgium? Like,
Yeah, Belgium is a calm country. It's not full of chaos. It is a
there's
small
almost
country.
no chaos.
No. It's, by the way, it's a very
A
calm
peaceful country.
It's a very peaceful country.
Yeah.
Apart from when the only part you
Brussels.
go and you feel congested is when you go to
Big
Brussels.
cities. I mean, that's normal. I think all big cities are like that. But otherwise, for you, it's a calm, peaceful country.
It's a peaceful country.
Okay.
Seriously.
And Joel, tell us, for you, how would you define Belgium and your experience in Belgium as of now?
Belgium has had its flaws way from the past, but I think it's one country you can live in
Okay, peacefully and happily.
peacefully and happily
Okay.
for as long as you know what you want to do.
To do. Okay. I think it's everywhere. That applies
No.
everywhere. I think you can, if you know what you want, you can live everywhere and anywhere. That applies to everywhere. It doesn't apply only in Belgium.
And that's why
In
I'm
my
saying,
opinion.
in your opinion,
Albert, from where you began and where you are now and the years you've been in Belgium, if someone asks you, like, how is Belgium? How do you find it? How would you say it in a few words?
Few words I would say multicultural.
Oh, super. Uh-huh.
Yeah. Because
It's multicultural. Well, it depends where.
So what I mean is that I stay in Brussels. So in Brussels, you're going to find more than 100 cultures.
Yeah.
Just not just European, Africans, Asians, North
Maybe.
Americans,
Yeah.
Australians. It's just extremely multicultural.
Okay.
Yeah, so for me, this is what I would say about Belgium. It's
Alright.
extremely multicultural.
That's good.
Yeah.
Anyhow, for me personally, I've been here also for some years, like in Zendika Sangwa, basically. Yeah, so for me, Belgium, what can I say? It's a beautiful country, it's a nice country, but I will say it again, to be able to enjoy Belgium like fully, 100%, in my opinion, you must learn the language of the region where you stay.
Absolutely.
Once you learn the language, like, I always tell people, like, when you speak the language, or once you speak the language, it is the master key. Because when you speak the language, the sky is the limit. Like, if you know what you want and you
But
speak
at the
the
same time, you
language.
have to be ambitious, I would say.
Yeah,
At
that
the
one
same
is
time-
personal, sister. That one.
They would
Sure,
say
that's
that when
that.
you speak a language that somebody knows, you know, you speak easily to a friend. But when you speak a language, a mother tongue, somebody's mother tongue to them, you actually speak to their heart.
That's true.
We agree.
I agree.
No, but anyway, in Belgium, you might like that's the for me. With my experience and what I've seen and the years I've been here, if you want to enjoy Belgium, learn the language. If you speak in the French side, learn French. If you speak in the Vlaanders or the Flemish side, learn Dutch or Flemish, like we call it. If you speak in the German, stay in the German side, learn German. That is the master key, and that's how you can like enjoy Belgium. But if you're in Brussels, everyone speaks English. I mean, I think in Brussels you can survive.
No, you can't.
You can't? I don't know, tell us.
Comme ci, comme ça.
Comme ci, comme
French.
That's a good one.
Comme ci, comme ça.
Yeah, I think you'd still need French in
You
Brussels.
still
Exactly.
French.
Exactly.
Okay,
To have an easy.
Even the
but
English.
in English you can
It's
survive.
English,
but-
it's
can
like
survive.
it's
Yeah,
like
but-
it's
yeah.
like
Because there are
It's
English
like-
jobs, you can work in English,
Yes,
you can do everything in English.
yes.
But still, if you really, really want to blend in
Yes.
and have it easy,
Yes.
go in a cafe and just have a chat with people,
Yeah.
with the local people.
But-
Whenever I have a chance, I ask. So, what advice would you give to those people, like graduates, especially graduates? We have so many graduates back
Okay.
home who are like still struggling to find themselves. But what advice would you give them? How will they start? Where do they go? Just simple advice. Who want to come out here?
I feel like I'm on the spotlight. Yeah.
But I mean, you've gone through it. You've gone
Yes,
through
yes,
it.
yes. No. Like
Yeah.
yeah. It's definitely yeah.
Yeah.
My 2 cents. Yeah. Let me think. For a master's, yeah. For a master's, the simple thing is that you would have to have good grades.
Good grades. We've talked about this before.
Yes.
Good grades. Yeah.
Like if you don't have good grades, it's extremely challenging to get these scholarships.
So you have to plan.
Yes.
For now, this is for those who are still at the uni.
Yeah.
This is for those who are still
Yes,
studying.
definitely.
Please make sure you get good grades. That's the stepping stone.
Yes. And then now, if you have great grades and you apply and come here,
Yeah.
then for a PhD it's a little bit easier because in most cases they
You're
give
already
you
into the
a
system.
PhD
Yeah.
if you have a master's obtained from here.
Yeah. Then it's easy for you to get a PhD.
Exactly.
But if you have a master's obtained,
Somewhere else it's extremely challenging also
Okay.
because like most of the EU projects they will
Yeah.
tell you have to obtain your master's within like either an EU country,
yeah.
and if it's like a Flemish funding body you have to obtain your master's within Belgium.
Okay.
Yeah, so then it makes it easier if you're done your master's around here to also proceed to get a PhD funding from the EU.
Okay. So you guys don't give up. I know, it's challenging, but don't give up. Remember we talked about it. Like keep applying. Apply. If you don't get, apply again. And one day, your opportunity will come and you will get that scholarship. So with that being said, thanks guys for making time. Thanks for coming.
Thank you.
And hopefully we'll have you again. To talk more about studying and scholarship and these things, because I receive a lot of questions about that. And now that you're still in that system, things change, because
Absolutely.
I've hosted different people about students and studying and scholarships, and these are people with experience, like we're talking about 5 years ago, 6 years ago, and stuff like that. But for you still.
I'm still within the system.
Voila.
Yeah.
So you're still within the system. So probably things have changed, and probably we'll make some time. And if you guys have questions, as usual, just ask, and we will. Those who are interested, in coming and applying for scholarships and stuff like that, we'll talk. We'll have Albert again. Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. Absolutely.
Awesome.
For sure.
Never.
Yeah, I'll be willing to share. Yeah.
Thank you. So with that being said, thanks guys, and bye bye for now.
Bye bye.